So, as I say, maybe it doesn't convince me completely, the standards they have used for the testing. And that's my concerns. And that's everything I want to speak about today. I don't want to speak more because I don't know more about it. It's something new. Nobody knows about it. And I think it will be wrong for me to be over negative. But at the same time, I want to balance this overly optimistic attitude I have seen this week coming from public people that I think is quieting or is silence not public people concerns, So, as I say, I would like to know whether these overly optimistic people will be the first one to get the vaccination, and if they won't, I would like to know why, because if you are overly optimistic, you don't have any worries, so why you are not getting the vaccination? I saw yesterday, 2 days ago, the first person to get vaccinated in front of Boris Johnson, and I was thinking, why is not the other way around? Why is not the one that have decided to make it available for general public? Why is not the person that have decided? That's me. As I say, I'm really sorry if someone get offended, but that's my opinion. And last week I didn't want to keep it, but I think I have to give it. I think I have to give it because I think it's an opinion that have to be there as well. So that's all about this vaccination. I don't know if I'm gonna have to get it or not. We'll see. I would say I have my own concerns, just the same. However, it's just mandatory. I don't know to what extent I can say no. I don't know. So that's why we need to think about it before make it mandatory. Last week, on a completely different subject, but I want to light up a little bit about this. About this. Just light up. Last week I was talking about Christmas songs. It's Christmas. How you say the song? No, the song. No, I don't know. I can't remember the say. But we are closer to Christmas. That's what I mean. And last week I was talking about Christmas songs. And I make this game about guessing one song. The song was the singer. I asked to guess. Was Britney Spears. And I was surprised that Britney Spears have a Christmas song, which now thinking back, maybe I probably heard it, but I completely forgot it, to be honest. And I heard it the other day and I thought, oh, that's Britney Spears. And then a day later or something, someone told me that they really liked that song, that it was one of their favorite songs. I thought, that's very strange, I haven't heard it before, I don't remember. And I heard it the day before and I remember myself thinking, oh, that's Britney Spears. And it's funny, sometimes. And this week, I would like to say that there is another singer that also, because I did say something wrong last week when I say one of the clues was that this person, Britney Spears, was famous about 15 years ago, but actually it was even more than that. I think it was like 20 years ago when the first song became number one. I can't remember the name, the title, but it's like give me baby one more chance or something like that. But I don't know if that was the title. It's just something in the lyrics. But yeah, everyone knows that song. And I think it was maybe probably 20 years, and I did say 15. This other person for this week is also was very popular as well. 20, but it's older. It's a bit older than Britney Spears, and that's another clue. And it was famous before Britney Spears. Is older than Britney Spears. I don't know for how long, but a few years, I'm sure. And she is a singer as well, and made this Christmas song, which I didn't know. I heard it not long ago, and then someone said it was this person, and I was a bit surprised because I wouldn't recognize it. But yeah, let's see if anyone guess the right name, and I will tell you next week. And this is all for the Christmas songs. And last week I was talking about how politics have decided, about different things in life, in a very direct way, not about work in general, but about how someone should have their diet, I'm talking about diet last week. And I also mentioned that also relationships have been affected for some political decisions, especially in the pandemic. And I wanted to speak about this next week. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure how to go around the subject. It's very vague subject. And I don't know how to go about it. I'm not going to say exactly what I have in mind, but I'm not entirely sure what the content could be. Because it could be very, very, very different. There is a lot. It's about love, basically. It's about love, and I didn't know. I'm not sure whether go. I don't want to go on the romantic side because that's not me. That's not me, really. I'm not a romantic person. At least like expressing. I'm not expressing. That's interesting that I say that, because always people say romantic or no romantic, but actually, maybe it's not that I'm not romantic. Maybe it's that it's not only this difference between being romantic or not being romantic, but the way you express, your feelings, and maybe I'm very romantic, and in my feelings, but maybe not the way I express it. I don't believe in romantic gestures, I really don't. I don't think I do it, actually. I think it's more about, for me, the expression of love is more natural, more organic, more subtle as well, and it's in the daily living rather than one big gesture, but that's me, that's me. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I do enjoy the occasional gesture, romantic gesture from that someone want to offer, so I'm not definitely I'm not against that. The other day I was watching this video about narcissistic personality as a clinical illness, or diagnosis anyway. They were saying that the psychiatrist that was talking about this narcissistic diagnosis. She was saying that she doesn't particularly like when someone is too nice when they just met. To be honest, I like nice people, from the very beginning, and I'm not sure I understand what she meant with that, because I think there is people that is genuinely nice and they would be nice from the first day. So I'm not sure. Maybe I just didn't understand exactly what she meant, or I don't know. But I don't completely agree, but maybe I'm wrong as well. But anyway, I'm not saying I'm not against romantic gestures at all. It's just it doesn't come natural for me, so I rather don't do it. Really, I rather just show my support by being there, rather than one a specific gesture, so that's me. But that's me in a lot of things, because now I think about that as well. Even in gestures like being empathetic, or gestures like being generous, People talk about sometimes a gesture of, one time I helped to cross the road to someone, or I give my jacket to a child. I don't know, like very specific kind of situations. I'm not sure. I maybe don't have these specific situations, but I think I do help in my daily life. And everything that I can, really, or well, not everything that I can, but I feel that I try to help, but maybe it's more subtle kind of help, rather than just one day make a big gesture, of generosity or empathy, I don't know. Maybe now I'm getting a bit confused, but maybe I think maybe it has something to do, with the way I like to go on with life. It's more about everyday kind of approach, rather than specific moments in life. And yeah, I'm not sure how to go around the subject of love, and how politic decisions have affect relationships. But I want to speak about it, and I will try to be a bit more prepared next week. As I say this week, I know I haven't said it, sorry. I say it now. I haven't been prepared at all. I wasn't sure what I want to speak about in this video. I'm sorry, it's been a bit not very good structure, or there's no much information either. But it was an opinion, that I was very cautious to share, and I have decided I wanted to share. I thought I have a place for my opinion, and it was to balance this overly optimism that I find, and this kind of silence to the concerns about the vaccination for COVID-19. And I decided today or yesterday, I think, or the day before maybe, that I want to express my opinion, because it should be out there as much as this overly optimistic attitudes that I have seen in TV this past week. That's all. That was the main goal in this video. I think I have achieved that, definitely. Whether for good or for bad, I don't know. But hopefully for good, because as I say, I'm not a detractor of anything. I'm not a detractor. If I make it a critique, it's a constructive criticism. Constructive criticism means for me that I just expect an improvement. I don't expect to give up on a project, altogether, but I do expect and I think there's an alternative to improve it. If I don't think there is an alternative to improve it, I wouldn't say anything, because if there is no an alternative, that's the reality. So there is no further discussion, But for me, when there is an alternative, and there is an alternative that seems more feasible or more beneficial, I think it has to be mentioned, So that's everything for me this week. I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully next week I manage to find more information for this other video I want to do about love, relationships, the effects with political decisions, and yeah, that's what I want to talk about. That and nothing more to say. I've been a bit off today, which maybe some people could notice. I have been a bit off in this video. It's just a few minutes before I got a call and I got a bad news about my finances. But they are not completely devastating, It's just something that I would have preferred to have a different outcome, okay? But that's maybe why I've been a bit off, and I will have leave it for another day, but I don't have the time to leave it for another day because we are in Friday, and I have plans for the weekend. I'm working, so that's the plans for the weekend. I won't have time to do it. I maybe have a few hours, but maybe have other things to do at home, and I probably won't have time to do a video, and that's why I cannot leave it. And I had everything prepared for doing it just before I got that call, Yeah, I have been a bit off today for this. I'm sorry if someone haven't enjoyed my talking. My talking haven't been as light, But yeah, that's the reason why. And hopefully next week will be better. But there will be a better subject. Hopefully I can be myself more optimistic about everything as well. So I'm gonna leave it here. So as I always say, be well, be safe, and I see you next week. Bye for now.